Good morning, dear students. Today we will be continuing with our chapter Democratic Government. In today's part, we will see why the need to resolve conflicts was observed. Now, before we deal with need to resolve conflicts, first we will see what kind of conflicts were there. See, the anti-apartheid movement was launched by the black population of South Africa to fight against discrimination. In white-ruled South Africa, between the years 1948 and 1994, for so long, no white people were treated equally. All the white people, they were thinking themselves as superior, and they had separate schools and separate public facilities. They were denied basic human and political rights. They were treated as untouchables in their own land by the whites. This policy of discrimination against the blacks by the whites of South Africa came to be called apartheid, which means apartness in African language. Apartness means keeping them separate. Okay, the movement was led by Nelson Mandela, the leader of the African National Congress. For leading the anti-apartheid movement, Mandela was sent to prison for 27 years by the South African government. Still, he fought for their equality. In 1994, the blacks finally got their freedom and the right to form their own government. They voted freely for the first time in the elections of 1994, which was won by Nelson Mandela. He formed the first mixed race government of South Africa, where the blacks and the whites had equal rights under the law. The movement was an important event which helped in upholding the principles of democracy. Thus, launching a movement is called also a way of participating in the government. Now, such kind of discriminations were there which were to be overcome for bringing up true democracy in action. For that, conflicts were to be resolved. Now, conflicts happen when, as an effect of disagreement, there is danger to an individual or group's interest. People tend to react to a condition based on their opinion. Many a times they react violently to resolve disputes. It happens when they have different opinions, they fight with each other, fighting by mouth or sometimes by using hands. Now, such powerful and strong responses tend to threaten the peace of the society. The Indian Constitution clearly defines laws to be followed by the center and the states for resolving differences in a situation of conflict. Apart from legal procedures, there are alternatives like negotiation, mediation, and conciliation. Now, let us discuss the government's role in resolving conflicts and disputes. What the role of government should be. River Kaveri is one of the important river of South India. We know it very well. And it became the center of dispute when there was a fight over sharing of water between Tamil Nadu and Karnataka, both the Indian states, but they were fighting to get the water of that river. The conflict arose as Tamil Nadu felt that Karnataka was not releasing enough water for irrigation purpose during seasons of insufficient rainfall. Both the states did not relent and refused to negotiate on the issue. Ultimately, the government set up the Kaveri Water Dispute Tribunal to ensure fair distribution of water between the two states. At times, religious celebrations lead to violence and tension. In such situations, the government should intervene by bringing the representatives of respective communities on the negotiating table so that peace and harmony can be maintained in the state. This is why the conflicts have to be resolved. Otherwise, there will be tension in the country. Now, need for equality and justice. How and when, where it comes. Equality is a very important element of democracy. In democracy, everybody is equal in the eyes of law, which means equal status and opportunities. Equality can be achieved only when there is just distribution of resources. Equality and justice go hand in hand, and this is highlighted in the policies of the government. The Constitution upholds equality for all. Everyone is equal in the eyes of government, irrespective of their gender, class, religion, or color. The government is rigorously promoting programs aimed at the welfare of the girl child and empowerment of women. For example, you can see in Haryana, education for women up to graduation level is free. Similarly, to give equal status to the underprivileged class, practicing untouchability is banned in India. Such social evils are banned. And the weaker classes are referred to as scheduled caste and scheduled tribes. Special provisions like reservation of seats in government jobs and educational institutions have been made for women. These provisions have been made to give them financial stability and equal status in the society. So government takes different measures to bring in equality in the society. Now, democracy means government of the people. Few points which you should always remember is democracy means government of the people. In a democratic government, political parties are disciplined and should propagate and work for national interest. In democracy, representatives chosen by the people through election process run the government. Public opinion is the aggregate of individual views and beliefs prevalent among the adult residents. The Indian Constitution clearly defines laws to be followed by the center and states for resolving differences in situation of conflict, and equality is a very important element for the successful working of democracy. These are the points which you should always remember. That's all for today's class. The notes will be given after the video.